I find it completely retarded and at the same time kind of funny that one of the things running through my mind up until right now, the end of my life, is a fucking meme that I saw. It was the one. It was like the one single picture. The original was of a father who was walking in through a door. Whole thing with stick figures and poorly drawn. And he asks, like he's walking through a door, and there's a speech bubble above his head that says, "Are you winning, son?" Like he's commenting on his son playing a video game. And he's like, "Are you winning?" But in the original one, I'm pretty sure it's like his 5-year-old son just like yelling a whole bunch of curse words at the screen and calling people idiots and saying, "I fucked your mom" and stuff. And it's kind of funny as a meme, you know, being like, this is what 12-year-olds are always doing. And, well, I don't know, but the specific one that I'm thinking of is the one where the dad walks through the door and he says, "Are you winning, son?" And when you look in the bottom left corner where there's typically just a 5-year-old with headphones screaming at a screen, instead it's like his son with his brains blown out all over the wall and a gun beside him and a note on the desk and everything. It's really morbid. And honestly, it's just shock value. That's what a lot of the memes that I've seen are. You know, like the gore memes and stuff. It's just shock value in it for publicity, trying to act like they're super edgy. But I saw that and yeah, I laughed at it. I've always been one of those kinds of people where I would comment on some emo's post about how they're super sad and want to kill themselves. I would be commenting, ironically, I would be the one commenting on it. Then fucking do it. Just kill yourself, faggot. And now I bet they went out and got help. And they're probably off. I don't know. They would. I've done it on a few posts. Usually it's like furries, so they're probably out like fucking a dog or something. But at least they're living life to whatever extent brings them pleasure. And I'm sitting here with a rope around my neck, about to kill myself, and I still have memes running through my fucking head, and it's just sort of funny. This is maybe ever since second grade have been like this. Ever since the second fucking grade, I've wanted to die. I've been depressed since second grade. My first suicide attempt was in third grade. No one ever really knew. And the only time anyone found out was around my 9th suicide attempt in 4th grade, I think. Maybe? I don't remember. 4th and 5th grade-ish. But ever since then, ever since second grade, I've tried to kill myself. "15 times. Counting it up now. And right now, this is number 16, attempt number 16 at trying to kill myself, and chances are I'm not even gonna be successful at this. Can't do anything right. Probably wuss out of this too. I won't tell anyone, of course. The last time I told someone about how I was having homicidal/suicidal thoughts. They claimed, okay, we're here for you. And then I was almost expelled from school and was given no help at all. That's the American education and healthcare system for you. You get no help and just expelled. And since I was almost expelled, I wasn't expelled. I was suspended for the remaining 3.5 months of school. And I had to be sent to an alternative school because I can't just stay out of school for 3.5 months. That's just stupid. So I was sent to a school where everyone else in there was just the typical troublemakers, a bunch of people who would get into fights all the time. I don't think there was a single person in there besides me who didn't smoke a bunch of weed and do a bunch of heroin all the time. I didn't learn anything the whole time I was there. The teachers there suck ass. None of them really actually did their job, and it was practically just a free day the whole time. We got out of school at like 12 o'clock too, so it's not like we would have learned anything. It was a real shit place, and I didn't belong there, but I was kept there anyways. And then in 8th grade, that was in 7th grade, in 8th grade, I did the same thing. No, it wasn't the same thing. They had found a suicide pact, which I had originally just done for a meme, really, and it's just like I told my friends, I bet I could totally write a suicide pact and make it look legit. And I apparently succeeded because they saw it and they were like, whoa, he's writing suicide pacts and he's had behavioral issues in the past. Quote unquote, even though I'd always been a pretty good student. I'm pretty smart too. I'm not just like some degenerate fuck who's just some emo walking around. I don't even have dyed hair or anything. Most of my wardrobe isn't black. People have seen me as like weird, kind of, even amongst my friends. I'm just sort of strange. The one that nobody really knows a lot about their personal life. But I was never like the emo weird kid that was totally gonna hang himself. Or maybe I was, I don't know, never really asked. But when I was found out in 8th grade, I was thrown into a hospital, and I barely escaped there with my own sanity still intact, because all they did was say, they try to comfort you in, they try to send you to a therapist, and they try to comfort you by being all like, no, this is okay, this is a safe place, you can tell us anything, and then you go and you try to tell them stuff, and then they believe you, and then they say, don't worry, this is a great place, this is where we're here to help you, and then they comfort you, they put you into a false sense of security, and then they jump you and they lock you up and try to force you on medication until you agree to submit and conform to their fucking rules and their society until you die. But I barely escaped that. A fate worse than death, if you ask me. I'd rather die with what little consciousness and self-awareness I have now than ever be like any of those other people. Barely even people, even. I just want to die in general.